Rich, man, episode 33 of By the Numbers. What have we got on the lineup tonight?
We have the Last Voyage of Demeter. We have Beau is Afraid. We have Sakra. I don't know how to say it.
Sakra, yeah.
Sakra, Vacation Friends 2. And I forgot the fifth one.
To Catch a Killer.
To Catch a Killer. That's what it was.
Great.
And there was some good movies in there, man.
Not bad. Not a bad week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get it rolling. What's up, everybody? We are so pumped and excited to welcome you to the Faces for Radio podcast. I am your host, David, aka the 4K Lowedown, and my co-host is
Rich, aka Turner Fan 77. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing actually really well.
I know. I'm
glad to be here
for this week.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, I can't say anything was a banger to be sure.
No.
But there were some good movies that we got to look at this week, and I'm excited to do the show. Episode 33.
Yeah, man. Where did the time go?
I'm telling you, man, it must be already September because we're 33 episodes in. We're trying to do one of these a week, except for our 2-week break.
But we still did it.
Yeah, we still recorded. We still pre-recorded episodes, so we should be in line to do at least 50 episodes, if not a full 52 this year.
Fingers crossed. Because I love sitting here talking. I know we're both physical media guys, but we focus on the movies mostly, and we don't talk. I mean, we talk about physical media because that's who we are. Yeah. But we really focus on movies on this show.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of this show, you came in first.
I did. I wanted to be Harrison and Evan.
Yeah, and you did. Caveman comes in sloppy seconds. Smash that like button before you leave, even if you're catching the replay. And guys, thank you so much for catching us on the replay or on the live. Really appreciate you coming in. And Caveman doesn't mind coming in second to Rich.
I appreciate you, Caveman.
Totally makes sense. And Evan even says, "Damn it, Rich! Not only do you have all the good toys, now I have to send you a cookie."
Well, he's talking about is he posted on his Instagram story Castle Grayskull, and I had that as a kid. I loved it, and yeah, I just told him I had it as a kid. Now he's giving me shit like Evan does.
Nice. Wilkie's in the house.
What's up, Wilkie? How you doing, man?
Thanks for joining us, brother. And Evan finishes with, "Since you're running late, now you owe me now you owe us a cookie," which works out for me because I owe Rich a cookie. I have no cookies right now to give. That is okay. K-Man says, "Hey to Corey."
Hey, before we get started, what are you drinking tonight, man?
I got my tea going. So I got my iced tea.
I just got my Crystal Ice.
You got your
trying to cut back on the dew a little bit.
Cutting back on the dew. Well, we're not taking our show as long.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do the dew until October when we do our Disney special, because that might go a little long. So guys, we've updated our Disney because we did our Disney pregame on Instagram where we drafted our movies that we picked for our Disney top 10, and we're going to air that. We're going to live stream that on October 16th. That's a Monday, and that is the official 100th birthday of Disney. So that's why we chose to do it then. I think that's going to be awesome. So mark your calendars, October 16th, Monday. I think we're going to do 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. Because it'll probably go about 2 hours.
Probably longer because we get to talking.
And there's some really, really good movies.
And I love the movies we picked because we both, not even talking to each other about it, had the kind of the same mindset. We didn't want to do what Disney's known for.
Yeah. We wanted to go classic Disney.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't want to just do animated either.
Yeah.
So we both we picked a couple animated movies, and then we got a lot of the regular live action stuff, but we stayed away from Marvel, we stayed away from Fox,
straight Disney.
Stayed away from Star Wars, all that stuff. So we're in straight Disney movies. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that show.
Hey, one more thing before we get started.
Let me know if you need a guest host for that. I might know a Disney fan. I think you might, Evan.
You might.
And I know we were talking to Grant from Movie Buff Grant too. And I don't know, maybe
get a couple pop-ins.
Maybe a 4-pack. Maybe we have a fatal 4-way for
a foursome, as you would say.
I don't want to make it sexual or anything, but you know, I've got the red light, and I've got the Dave After Dark music. I've got the duck stuff. All right. So
before you start, if I'm on my way to work, where can I listen to us talk at?
Or a 5-pack, as Caveman says.
That's called the gangbang, bro.
That's an orgy. That's just a full-on orgy. Late night foursome. There we go. It's getting closer and closer to needing the music. So yeah, you know, I'm glad you asked that question because we are sponsored by Spotify for podcasting. They take the audio portion of our live stream and they put it out for us on Spotify, plus Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. They do all of this for free. They sponsor us, and then when we get enough followers, they actually give us more sponsors, and we can actually start making some money off of this stuff. And I think that would be good because, you know, my wife may not be so pissed at me for buying all these movies. May not. I'm not saying it will.
Your wife has to be a keeper, man, because she's put up with you. And dude, I would like to meet her one day.
Yeah, you should, because I
come to the car. Get out.
I blamed you for enough things, so yeah, you got to meet her at some point, just so she can, you know, go. You know what, you know, that's fine. But no, she supports me so much, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, going back to Spotify, you guys go over to Spotify, give us a follow. We would really appreciate it. And listen to us on your drive to work or when you're in the car going for groceries or whatever. Speaking of groceries, my best food group, Michael? Mike is in the house. What is up, brother? Thank you so much for joining us for this episode 33 of By the Numbers, where we're taking new releases on theater, streaming, or physical release, and we're going to review them and love them or hate them. We're going to let you know what we thought. Let's get down to our number 5 movie, which is the lowest score by average between the two of us. What do you think our lowest scored movie is?
Beau is Afraid.
That is incorrect, my friend.
What?
You might actually be surprised where Beau is Afraid ends up. But actually, all the numbers are really close together this week. All 5 movies are within, I would say, within 10 points of each other. All 5 movies. So our lowest scored movie, and I'm sorry I don't have any clips this time, but what's the deal with these cookie prices lately? Those monsters, dang cookie monsters. Thanks, Caveman. Appreciate that. I love getting a chuckle. All right. So our lowest scored movie and I'm going to say the 5th highest scored movie in our countdown this week is Vacation Friends 2.
Oh, yeah. I still enjoyed this movie. It made me chuckle.
Now, you've seen the first one, right? I have not. So I came into this cold.
Yeah.
And I didn't think this was very good.
It's not good, but the lead guy in this, I love him. I loved him in Free Guy. I liked him in the first Vacation Friend. He's in a lot of things. He doesn't get like the lead role in anything, but he is here, and I thought he's funny. To me, I thought he was funny.
Yeah, I think his name. Well, I don't know his real name, but he goes by Lil Rel. So yeah, I thought he was okay. John Cena can't act his way out of a big bag, and he's my boy. I've known him for a long time.
You have?
But no, he can't act. So I like him better in comedies, but I think even in this one, it was hurting me to watch him. I love Steve Buscemi, but he hurt me watching this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I still chuckled. There were funny parts. I like the Latino dude. I don't know.
The black dude I really liked.
I don't know why he was left watching the baby the whole time. There has to be something to do with the first movie that I don't know about. But I didn't, it was okay. Mike says the first one was very entertaining. It's stupid as hell, but it's fun to watch.
I totally agree with that, Michael.
Where one, there is the other. Miss Caveman is in. How are you doing? I'm so glad to see you. Hope my caveman is behaving. He is not behaving himself.
He's always behaving.
But no, he's not. He's not behaving himself, but it is okay. That is why we are a casual group. We don't, we're the faces for radio, and Caveman absolutely belongs with us. So, but I'm not saying you're an ugly person, Caveman. Watched Vacation Friends 2, and I can only remember one thing from the movie. I guess I need to watch 1. And I don't know. Watching
one
this
is just like this.
Yeah, watching this did not make me want to go watch 1. I mean, there are parts of the story where I'm like, okay, maybe I needed to watch 1 to understand why this is happening the way it's happening, like just the underlying plot of the movie. And in fact, let's talk about the underlying plot of the movie so that everybody knows what this is about if they haven't seen the first one. It says, a couple who meets up with another couple while on vacation in Mexico sees their friendship take an awkward turn when they get back home. And I think that's more like the first one than the second one, but it says that's the synopsis for the second one. But anyway, Lil Rel Howery is the lead.
Yeah. And
I like the woman who played his wife. I thought she was enjoyable. But yeah, I wasn't buying John Cena.
No, the only thing he's ever been good in is Peacemaker.
I loved him in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved him in Peacemaker. I liked Blockers.
Oh, I forgot about that. I
like Blockers. I liked him in Blockers. But yeah, when I first saw him, when his first movie, The Marine, when he did The Marine with WWE Studios, I was like, ooh, that's so. You have no business playing a soldier, and he kind of plays a soldier here. So I don't know the references to the first movie, but I can't get behind this. I put this, funny wise, it's stupid as heck, but comedy wise, it was on par with The Machine, because there were some funny physical comedy parts.
Yeah.
That and some action, which kind of levels with The Machine. I did like The Machine better than this. Yeah. I can't say score wise though, not a whole lot better, but I would watch Machine like every day and twice on Sunday if I had the choice between these two movies.
I have a question. Steve Buscemi, is he just getting worse as each movie he appears in? Yeah.
He is. I think he's getting just. I don't know. I mean, I like him in there's a series he does with Daniel Radcliffe, and it's like different worlds or something like that. I can't remember the name of the show, but I know somebody's gonna like pop in and give me that name.
Is it Wolford or something?
No, it's like, what is the name of that dang show? I've only seen like a couple of seasons of it.
He was on Boardwalk of Empire, I think, or something like that. I heard he was good in that. But
something that's on like right now on it's on TBS or something.
But it seems like every time he pops up in a
Miracle
movie,
Workers. That's the one. So yeah, it's called Miracle Workers, and they do like it's like this. It's the same actors, but they play like different roles and they do stuff every season, and it's kind of funny. And I kind of like that. I like Steve Buscemi in that, but I don't know. I think he's ever since Armageddon, he kind of dropped downhill after that. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at I'm like, but yeah, I didn't understand why they were in the hotel and why they were friends. I didn't understand what was going on, but I figured that had to do with the first movie.
Yeah.
What was I? So you're saying someone should have really percent blocked John Cena from acting? Oh yeah, I think he is second to The Rock in professional wrestlers that have the highest net worth because of their movie roles.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really shooting a bullet and throwing it compared to The Rock. He's like way up here, and John Cena's down here.
But Rock is starting to level up. He's starting to come down.
He's starting to come down. But there were a couple of years where he was making $100 million a year easy.
Yeah.
But now he's starting to come down a little bit. But still, his net worth is like, it's like super high. And John Cena is getting up there. His net worth is around 100 million, I think.
I think he needs to be more picky. I really do.
John Cena?
Yes.
I think Peacemaker series, awesome. I really think he should stick to comedies.
Not this kind of comedy, though.
Not this kind of comedy. I wasn't feeling it here. The chemistry between him and Lil Rel, I didn't feel it. It wasn't there. I did like the girlfriend or the wife of John Cena, whoever that was.
That was crazy.
She's nuts.
Yeah, but in a good way.
But again, I didn't get her chemistry with supposedly her father, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, because he's not.
I didn't get that. There wasn't any. I didn't get the chemistry there either. So I don't know. There are levels where this worked for me, and just being a stupid comedy that you can just turn your brain off and watch. And then there were levels where I was just like, I don't understand what's going on. This doesn't make any sense to me, and I should have turned my brain off.
Yeah. So, I agree with everything you said, but the thing that just kept me interested in this movie was the little. What'd you say his name was?
Lil Rel.
The Lil Rel, his delivery of the lines and his body language in some of the scenes where he's delivering the lines. I liked that. I like the little things like that the actors put into it.
His comedic timing is really good. Lil Rel is. I think he's funny. I think he's a really good comedian. But yeah, I just the whole ensemble just didn't work for me. But yeah, Evan did not like the Peacemaker show, but also hated the new Suicide Squad.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I didn't like the new Suicide Squad the first time I watched it because it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
But, excuse me. I watched Peacemaker, loved it. Okay. So I go back and watch the Suicide Squad again, worked. And that because it meshed well with Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And I end up liking the new Suicide Squad.
Nice. Spicy's in the house. What's up, Spicy?
What's up, Spicy?
Thanks for joining us. And also, Sarah's in the house.
How are you doing,
Sarah? Thanks for joining us. She just did another video, so I'll be sure to check that out.
Yeah, everybody go over to her page, give her a like and a follow.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, check her page. She's got some good stuff. Love it. Really enjoyed Buscemi and Boardwalk Empire. Yeah. And that Come After Armageddon, not bad in The Sopranos either. I never saw The Sopranos.
I've never seen it either.
I've never seen it. I don't like I said, gang violence and that organized crime. It was just, and at the time I didn't have like HBO or Showtime or any of that crap. Don't put up all film is subjective. I am just right about this one. Spicy and Sarah. That means a lot to me. No problem. I so want to put the banner up now.
Do it. Just do it. Do it.
It's like,
all the shit Evan gives me.
Dang it. It just happened. All films are subjective. Evan, we love you, brother.
Yeah, we do. And I'm looking forward to our comic talk.
Yeah. I may not be able to join for that.
Right.
When is that officially? When's the comic talk?
I think the 21st off my head. If I'm thinking off my head, right? It's 21st. I think. Evan, what is the date?
That's a Thursday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
So the 21st. I might be able to do that.
I hope so.
I might be able to do that.
I hope you can.
But yeah, because I've like I said, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I got to do for Spirits with Spirits before they go live on the new site. So that might take some of my time. Okay, man, I'll check in with your videos. I've just been busy lately. Yeah, please, Sarah, if you get a chance, these guys are great too. If you get a chance, check into their.
And Sarah, we appreciate you. We appreciate Caveman, Spicy, everybody.
Yeah, we love you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Spicy just finished watching Last Voyage of the Demeter. Interested to hear y'all's thoughts. Okay, we're gonna give that to you. In just a little bit. First, let's go to the highlights for Vacation Friends 2. Okay, highlights are done. No. Now, so for you, your highest is a 9 for the cast, and then you gave an 8 to the plot. So the trailer you kind of liked. And then other than that, 5s and 6s, and there's a 7 for the story. I gave a 10 to the cast because I recognized a lot of people. And then a lot of 6s, and I gave a 7 to the wild card because I did chuckle at the comedy, the physical comedy that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think I have a budget on it. Let me double check just before because I know they didn't go in the theater. It's just on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. So let me see if there's a budget. Usually there isn't if it goes straight to streaming. Yeah, I don't see a budget on it that I can find. So goodness, Movie Hunter's in the house.
What's up, Movie Hunter?
And Evan confirms it's 21st. I'm a specific comic reader. Can you guess what?
Porn comics. No, I'm kidding. We all love you, Evan. We know it's Disney.
I was gonna say Disney, and then he said porn. I go, man, I wish I'd have said porn.
I'm gonna try to.
If we'd have said it at the same time, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, well.
So everybody's saying hey to each other. And okay, so let's go to our final scores on Vacation Friends 2. Guys, this is on Hulu. If you want to see it, I would say if you like the first one, Rich says it's exactly like the first one. So if you think the first one was fun, go ahead and check this one out. I probably won't be searching for the first one. But my score is not bad. So let's bring up the card for it. There it is. IMDb gives this a 5.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 24%. Audience score 46%. Rich, you and I both gave it a 65.
Nice.
And that's our lowest score this week.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So
I forgot what scores I gave Beau. I just looked, and yeah, I scored it higher than I thought.
Yeah, you scored it higher than this. We both did. Wow. Disney After Dark. That reminds me of a joke about Mickey in divorce court. And the judge looks at Mickey and goes, so you're divorcing your wife, Minnie, because she's crazy. And he goes, I didn't say she was crazy. I said she was fucking goofy.
That made me chuckle.
Hopefully your comic book pages are not stuck together.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
Evan deserves that.
All right, so let's go to number 4, and coming in at number 4 is Beau is Afraid.
Wow.
This is an A24 movie, and it's It's on physical right now, but you can also catch it on digital. Yeah, I did not like this movie.
Neither did I. It's like, fuck.
I was like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand. Was this all in his head, or was the shit actually happening?
I think it was all in his head.
My pages are just fine. Rich is making stuff up.
just like
his top 5. This is definitely not in Rich's top 5.
This is my top 5 worst movies of the year.
This was, oh God.
I think this happened in his head. Because tell me if I'm wrong. Are they alluding?
Right? But, you know, I went and read up on this because I was like, why?
I went in cold turkey. I didn't know anything about this film.
I went in after I watched it. It was, you know, I watched the movie before I even saw the trailer. I watched the movie, then I went trailer, and then I started reading, okay, what's up with the ending? Why is the story doing what is wrong with this world?
Now, tell me if I'm wrong. I could be way off on this, or reading it wrong, or taking it wrong. Did he get abused as a child, like sexually abused? Was his mom abusing him?
See, they never said anything about that, but I did get
that feeling, right? Or am I off?
No, you're not off. I got that feeling too. Well, and it was weird, and I don't want to spoil it. I don't think this is really spoiling this movie. It's already spoiled. It's like bad milk. So when the mother told him about how his dad died, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, made him not want to have sex. So that's why I'm wondering, okay, is that because she wanted him all to herself? Or, you know,
because that comes later into play.
There was definitely a reason why she did that. Movie Hunter says I haven't seen this one yet. It's still on my shelf. Should it stay there?
I'm gonna go with our line. All film is subjective.
Okay. I'm going to, all film is subjective, and I'm going to say this, even though the plot's different and you know it's different, this reminded me of Men.
Oh, that's a good comparison, because that movie fucked me up.
That movie is messed up. This movie is messed up, and they're both A24 movies. So if you've seen Men, Movie Hunter, if you liked it, then I think this might be up your alley too. If you didn't like it, then you might want to keep this on the shelf. But if you own it, you might as well watch it.
Yeah, you paid for it.
You paid for it. You might as well do it.
Okay, I liked it. Okay,
I'm excited for Beau. I heard it's bad, but I still want to see it. It's a train wreck. It's one of those things where you just can't stop. I had to get through it just to see if I could make sense of it, which I couldn't. Even after it was over, I was like, okay, what the hell was that about? I don't understand. Spicy says Rich's bottom 5. That's right. He's got a bottom 5 too.
I do.
And Benny, what's up? The sex talk is to prevent him from having a girlfriend, wife, or his own kids that would take his love away from his mother. See, and I agree with that.
I do too.
I agree with that, but I think there was another level to it.
Because when they're in that bath, this is not a spoiler, really. There's those bathroom scenes, and they're very creepy to me, very off-putting. And you're like, "Ooh, something's up here."
Yeah. I don't think she ever had sex with him, but I think she wanted him all to herself.
Yeah,
is what that was.
Okay, the beginning of this movie, I thought my TV went out or my stereo audio receiver went out. Because I could hear muffling in my back speakers.
Yeah.
I was like, what the F? And then all of a sudden I see that, I was like, oh, okay. I know what's going on. And I was like, I did like that. I like the beginning. Yeah. And I like how it ended. It's a good book. Starting it.
I liked I liked the way it was filmed.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I think Phoenix is awesome. I think the cinematography here is fantastic, and the acting is so good. I just didn't I just didn't understand what was going on. So the story really kind of left me hanging. I was just kind of like, I don't
there's
get
a lot
it.
of wiener in this movie.
Yeah. There's a well, and this okay. So this is Ari Aster. This is the same guy who wrote Midsommar.
Yeah.
And so
Hereditary.
what is it with all the wrinkly old dicks in this movie? I don't understand.
I don't know, dude.
And it's the same thing in Midsommar and all these other movies where it's like, why is there a lot of old shriveled penis? I see enough of that in the mirror. I don't need any other stuff. I don't need any of that.
Maybe he's trying to work some damage.
Maybe there's some kind of a complex going on. Maybe, like when Quentin Tarantino shows a lot of feet in his movies because he's got a fetish. Maybe there's a fetish. I don't know.
Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic.
He's fantastic. Parker
Posey
is good. The mom is amazing
and scary.
Yeah, she's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the boy who played Joaquin Phoenix's character. That was good. The two kids in that one part, I liked the play.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand what was going on, but I liked the set of the play and how it changed from seasons, how the tree would rotate. I liked that. I dug that. Midsommar. I hated that film. I'm out. The film is subjective. We all know that was trash.
I like Midsommar.
I didn't. I did not care for Midsommar.
I liked Hereditary.
I liked Florence Pugh. I liked her in the movie. I liked the acting. Again, I liked the acting. I liked the way it was filmed, but the story and the ending.
How often do we get a horror movie in bright lights like that? You don't.
I don't think that was a horror movie. The only thing that scared me was having to watch it. But there were things that I liked, and I did like the brightness of it.
Yeah,
for it,
it's very contrast. Again, it's night and day.
Again, it's the cinematography, the way they filmed it.
Because look at Hereditary, all dark.
Yeah,
Midsommar, all bright.
Yeah,
and this all fucked up.
All fucked up.
Yeah.
This movie was so messed up. I'm sitting there watching this movie, and my wife comes and sits next to me, and she goes, "What the fuck is this?" and I go, "It's Beau is Afraid." And she goes, "Which one is Beau?"
And you're like, all of them.
I was like, it's all Beau. The girl is Beau, the guy is Beau, the mother's Beau. It's all Beau.
But I'm telling you what, Joaquin Phoenix is on another level.
He's an amazing actor. Going back as far as Gladiator.
Yeah.
For lack of a better, he is so good. He gets so into his role. I loved him as the Joker. I think
you need to see
he's amazing here. But this is just a movie I can't get behind. I can't. I couldn't follow it. It didn't make any sense to me. I am so glad I didn't buy it.
I'm glad you didn't buy it either. I would make fun of you.
You would make fun of me. You did with Skinamarink, and I feel better about buying Skinamarink than buying this.
Because we somewhat understand Skinamarink.
Yeah.
This, I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't understand. It's
I think, again, all film is subjective.
Yeah.
But people rate this movie as one of the best movies of the year. I honestly don't understand.
I don't see it.
I want someone to tell me what I'm missing and what I'm not understanding about this movie. That's all I ask.
We got a little bit of that from Benny, and I appreciate that. But it had a budget of $35 million and it made $10.5 million in the box office. So,
and this movie's 3 hours long.
Oh, what does it say? Miss Caveman says Parenthood when Joaquin Phoenix was a kid. My favorite of his is Joker.
Joker's fantastic.
Yeah. Mike says this guy definitely has problems. His shirt from The Strange Thing About Johnson is fucking Mills. Okay. Beau is Afraid sounds like Being John Malkovich a little. I understood Being John Malkovich. I liked that movie.
It's been forever since.
It has been a long time since I've seen that. But yeah, this is a whole level of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. There were some disturbing parts.
Okay, now I want to talk about ball size. That threw me off. That just threw me off. That was so weird.
Because his balls have to ride shotgun. So, yeah, because that was just like the sex scene in here
is weird.
And, you know, it's on another level weird.
And it's not like a hot sex scene. Oh, Parker Posey's beautiful.
Parker Posey's gorgeous.
Yes, but he's trying not to finish. He's like, no.
Not to have sex because he thinks he's gonna die.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Michael.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you showing up.
We
Definitely
appreciate you, bro.
Check out the replay when you get a chance. But love you, man. Be safe.
We appreciate you.
Miss K-Man's like, what the?
And that's what we thought too.
K-Man, what the F did Rich just say? He said balls. That's what he said. I was like, I know. I was like, you know.
I know. I was like,
I can't say I've seen a lot of balls, but that did not seem right.
No, we did not.
No. It's like he had two oranges.
He did. Like, I was like,
two oranges in a sack, and you're like,
you might need to go see a doctor.
Wow, I think there's some, is that from buildup because he's never had sex? Or
yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. I thought that was another symbolism of him not having sex.
Maybe. I don't know if it goes that deep. I don't know if weird. That seems like a shallow way of determining. Oh yeah, he's never had sex, so his balls are huge. That seems too shallow for this movie. This movie is almost Kubrick deep. It's where because Stanley Kubrick, when he did The Shining, he went so deep that people didn't get what was going on. And I felt that way here, and I think this is a love it or hate it movie.
There's no in between.
I don't think there's an in between. And I thought I would be like, yeah, that was okay, but no. I was like, I mean, I told you because you were like, you were like, I was just gonna ask you if you were done watching the movie, and I was like, dude, I had to stop it like 3 times to take a break, and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound good, and you go, dude, I'm 40 minutes into this. What the hell?
Yeah, it felt like I was already 4 hours into it.
Yeah, it felt like it's already been 4. Yeah, that movie feels so long. Yeah.
It's like 3 hours and a little bit of change, isn't it?
So I mean, it scores because it's got the technical aspects. It scores higher than Vacation Friends 2, but I would rather go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Than
watch Vacation Friends like 3 times.
I'd rather go back and watch About My Father than this.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Or even Skinamarink. I got a call from my son Eric about Skinamarink, and he goes, "So have you seen Skinamarink?" And I go, "Yeah, that was fucking ridiculous. It was an awful movie." And he goes, "Oh, well, I liked it." And then he starts talking to me about it, and I'm like, he goes, "Well, you know how they filmed it like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I still didn't like it." He was like, "Oh, you need to read this thing online." So he was like, read this thing online. So I was like, okay. So I read this thing and okay, I understand what the movie's about, but I still didn't like it.
If you have to do a companion writing piece to make me like your movie or understand your movie, you failed as a filmmaker.
If I've got to read something, and that's I tried to do it with Beau is Afraid, because I was like, I'm trying to understand why people love this movie.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't. Do your balls hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? No, but he could take off like a hot air balloon in those things.
Yeah.
So the consensus is, if you want to see this, don't. Well, I'm not going to say that, with this one because I think
you might like it.
I think it's an acquired taste. I think it's a good movie, but I didn't like it. And that's
technically it's a good movie.
Yeah, technically it's good. It's well filmed. It's well made.
Filmmaking wise, it's a great
acting.
Movie.
It's solid in those aspects, but it's just not something I like. So it's a personal level for me that I didn't like the movie. So
what do you think of Joaquin's chances of getting nominated for an Oscar for this?
I think his chances are solid to get
I think so too.
An Oscar nomination for this.
He might not. He won't win.
I don't think he'll win, but I think he has a good chance of getting nominated.
Yeah. That's just how good he is.
Yeah. Sarah says, okay, guys, my video just uploaded. My mom saw this movie for the first time. We had our plane ride back from Houston. Okay. For me, it's another Joaquin movies. I have Joaquin Phoenix's movies collection.
Awesome.
Nice. And Movie Hunter says typical A24. Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, this reminded me so much of Men. The way it was filmed and the way it disturbed me and the way I was confused. I actually think I liked Men a little bit more than this.
Yeah.
But not by much.
The one thing I will give this movie, it did make me want to take a shower like Men did.
Yeah.
I felt like dirty.
Men, I needed to like brush my tongue and I didn't take a crap for a month. I think after that movie, because that just was on another, just disturbing.
Yeah.
K-Man says, depends on how spicy you like your meatballs.
Oh, that's pretty good, K-Man.
All right, let's go to our highlights on Beau is Afraid. There's actually some good highlights. We actually threw some 10s with this.
We did. And it's obvious.
Yeah, Rich, you threw 10s at acting and cinematography, and I threw 10s at the cast, acting, and cinematography. But I gotta say, the ending, I gave that a 2. Because I was like, there was no closure for me. There was nothing happened, and you gave it a 5. I mean, you weren't happy with it either, but I was like, that's the lowest score I've ever given an ending of a movie. I hated this ending so much that it was just
but I think it fits with, to me, that's what I mean. It wasn't great by any means, but I think it fits with the opening of this movie.
Yeah, because the opening sucked too. He was 10 years old, so Joaquin is younger brother from the oldest brother. Oh, River Phoenix. Yeah. I canceled my trip to the villas in Yorkshire, England after watching Men. Yes, I would too. I'm not, I mean, after Hostel, I don't go to Eastern Europe, but yeah, after Men, I don't go anywhere.
I don't go anywhere I can be killed.
Yeah, he won't come here because there's too many varmints with more legs than him.
And that can run faster than me.
Yeah,
and
River got started at the age of 15 years old now. Yeah. And may he rest. Spicy's laughing, and Huck came in at just the right time. Huck, we've been talking about balls, and then you showed up. So it's so good to see you, brother.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. It's been a while.
Came in saying, "Hey, Huck." Yeah, I tried to catch your morning mug. I'm gonna have to get the replay on that this morning, but yeah, I was busy working on something. But everybody's saying what's up to the Huckster. So yeah, let's go to our final scores on Beau is Afraid to close this one out as our number 4 movie this week. IMDb is giving this a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 48%. Audience score 61%. Rich, you gave it a 68, and I gave it a 70 for a total average score of 69.
And see, and this is a perfect example. We both hated this movie, but we scored it properly.
Yeah. Balls. Perfect timing. That's right. This came in 3 strikes, A24, 3 hours long, and now balls. I'm out on this one. I bet that was the final straw, Spicy. Wait, there's balls in it? Yeah, I'm out. I'm not. I mean, you got Parker Posey naked, but I don't think that's nice. I don't think it cancels out the balls, but
no.
But it's cute. And then, but yeah, it's just that whole scene is just, I'm like,
it was creepy. It was just, wow.
It was just creepy. And then how it continued after that was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huck saying hey to everybody. All right. So let's get to our number 3 movie. Would you care to hazard a guess, my brother?
I'm gonna go with Demeter.
No. Sakra is.
I figured you would score this one high.
I gave it a pretty decent score, but not as high as you would think. Because there were problems. I had problems with this movie.
I did too,
and I liked it. The action was great.
Yeah.
I liked the cinematography, but the story had problems.
It was all over the place.
It was everywhere. It made no sense. And I don't know if it was because Donnie Yen actually directed this.
I think this was made from a book.
Yeah, this is from a manga.
Okay.
Like Anime Only with Dicks. I think what manga is.
Again, he should stick to not directing.
He shouldn't direct. I know there was an assistant director, and I don't know if that was the good parts or if that was the bad parts. Because there were some good parts, but I think the good parts were when he was in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And then the bad parts when he was behind the camera. I don't think he directed very well here.
No, I have a question. Was you able to turn it on to the native language on Peacock?
I have the Blu-ray. So
okay. Yeah. See, I couldn't get it to turn to their native language because I hate dub.
The dubbing was awful. The dubbing was not close. I always look at the dubbing first, and then I go to the native. But yeah, I just had it on. I switched it to Mandarin. I had the Blu-ray. So
see, it was weird. They had the actual subtitles, what they were saying in their native language. They had the subtitles in English. But when they were dubbing it, it didn't match what they were saying.
No, it was totally different.
Yeah.
And that's where you're like, okay, that's where they try to make the dubbing match the mouth movement.
Oh, okay.
But still kind of say the same thing.
Yeah. I probably would never watch this again. Yeah.
I think, like I said, I liked it, but yeah, this is not one of my least favorite movies from Donnie Yen. Huck, you need to rewind to hear David sing the Balls song. You made me do it. So, Huck, this is another one I own but haven't watched yet. Sakra subtitles only or English dub. It has. Well, I think it just has English dub if you watch it on Peacock. It looks like
I couldn't switch it to the native language.
Switching it to the native language. Yeah. And never mind. Last question. Okay, so yeah, because we answered it. But yeah, I was hoping this was going to be better.
Me too, because the trailer looked awesome.
The trailer looked great. I was like, dude, I went and blind bought this when I saw the trailer. And I was like, dude, we need to put this in. And then finally, when it came to Peacock, I'm like, dude, let's put this in. And we did. And I'm like, I'm not incredibly disappointed, but it wasn't what I wanted.
I had fun with the fight scenes, and that was a blast to watch.
The action was good. I liked the special effects on it.
Yeah.
They didn't overdo it. Yeah. They didn't overdo it. But with the flame, that was pretty cool. And then he had the wind thing that he was doing. I thought that was cool. But it wasn't too overboard. And
they didn't use it all the time. That's what I liked. It was
it was really, he just used it when he needed to use it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, 1-on-1. So we're going to be like, Dragon Ball Z and fight for 30 minutes. But yeah, I can't say I'm incredibly disappointed, but I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be a lot better.
I was disappointed because you turned me on to Donnie. I mean, I knew who he was because I recognized him from Rogue Squadron, right? Not Rogue Squadron. What was that called? Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yeah.
Yes. And then you and Alex from Geeks and Flicks said, I need to watch Ip Man.
Yeah.
And I loved that movie.
Dude, Ip Man is so good.
Yeah. I bought that. I bought the second one. Still haven't watched it yet. And so I was like, oh man, he picked this Donnie Yen. I'm going to love this movie. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. That was just, I didn't expect it to hold up to any of those or even hold up to John Wick 4 because he's
great in John Wick 4.
He's great in John Wick 4. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing. Now I couldn't get a budget on it, but it did make $160,000 internationally, released in South Korea and Germany, of all places.
That's weird, yeah,
a weird combination. But yeah, like I said, that I like the costumes, the sets were pretty cool. I like the action in it, but yeah, the story just did not break down right.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of bad to go with the good here.
Mm-hmm.
I still think, I'm okay. I'm okay with how much I paid for it. I don't know if I'd watch it again anytime soon, unless I was doing like a Donnie Yen marathon or something like that. Or I just wanted to have that on so I could watch the action and just mute the voices. Yeah. But because that wouldn't be bad.
See, I didn't give it that bad of a score. Like I thought. I scored this a while ago, and I don't even remember what I gave it until I looked.
Yeah, I mean, you were like, you gave it. Well, we'll talk about it in a second. Mm-hmm. But you were, I mean, like I said, you're reasonably close with these first three movies.
Yeah,
you're within like 3 points in your scores, and I'm pretty close too. So, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it.
No.
If you're looking for a straight up action martial arts movie, this would be a good watch. If you're looking for a story, then stay away from this.
Yeah. It's too jolted and everywhere, and maybe they broke it up in 2 movies, maybe a trilogy, to tell the specific, just focus on one thing and then move on, instead of trying to just cram it all in.
Yeah. And then plus they leave it open at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going to do a sequel to this. And, I don't know. So on Studio Ghibli, Blu-rays with the English dub, you get the choice of original language subtitles or English dub subtitles. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get that. So I just got English subtitles, and it wasn't the original language. It was the English dub subtitles, because the subtitles were way different than the dubbing. Or I got the original language subtitles, but the dubbing was way off. So
that's what they had.
I didn't get the choice, but having the Blu-ray, I could just switch it to Mandarin with the subtitles, and I was able to. I think I was able to give the acting score a little bit of a higher score with that.
Yeah. Because I gave it a 5.
Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense now that I know that you couldn't watch it in the original language. So let's go to our highlights on it. And basically, so you gave 10s to the cinematography and the wild card, being an action movie. And I gave 110 to the cinematography, but I gave 9s to the plot because I love the trailer, and to the wild card because I thought it was a great action movie, but not perfect, not up to par for Donnie Yen. So, but yeah, otherwise, Otherwise, we're pretty much the same. 5s and 6s and a couple of 7s here and there, but interesting. But yeah, as far as recommending this, I don't know if I can recommend it. I can say
recommended it to me.
It wasn't bad. I recommended it before I watched it.
That is true. That is true.
But to recommend it, I would say if you're a nut for anything martial arts, then yes.
And if you have Peacock, because it's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Oh, I watched it. If you're bored, maybe give it a watch. I would say check it out if you want to.
Yeah. If you're a Donnie Yen fan, maybe give it a shot. But yeah, just don't keep your expectations low as far as the story goes. And it's not even worth following the story, to be honest. Just watch it for the action and the CGI and the visuals of it, because that's pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, the movie did not fall into place right. Yeah, because we're both at 5s for the story. You're at a 5, I'm at a 6 for the script. You're at a 5, I'm at a 6 for direction. You're at a 6, I'm at a 5 for music. So really, we're like right there. So let's go to our final scores on Sakra, our number 3 movie this week. IMDb gives us a 6.8. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 68. Audience score 71. Rich, you gave this a 67, and I gave it a 72 for a total average score of 69.5. Third place.
Yeah.
So like I said, you're within 3 points. You gave a 65 to Vacation Friends, a 68 to Beau is Afraid, and a 67 to Sakra. So you're like right there.
And I think we're going to go another week without a 90s.
I think we are. And what's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
I like how he says, all you cool cats in the chat, and then hey to Caveman. Caveman says hey to Rob, Spicy, and yep, everybody saying hi to Rob. Rob, thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate it. Right. There it is. Man, Spicy. All right. So our number 2 movie of the week is To Catch a Killer.
I really liked this movie.
I did too, brother.
I think this was the best movie out of the 5, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm not going to agree with that, but I did like this a lot. I like this a lot more than I thought I would. Yeah.
This had no business being as good as it was.
Yeah. K-Man says, Rob, you missed the ball song. I should put music to it next time. Sing it. So guys, To Catch a Killer stars Shailene Woodley and Ben Mendelsohn, and it's definitely a crime thriller. And the plot reads, Baltimore, New Year's Eve, a talented but troubled police officer is recruited by the FBI's chief investigator to help profile and track down a disturbed individual terrorizing the city.
And I love that opening sequence.
Dude, that made the movie for me. The opening scene was epic.
Yeah, that's how you open a movie.
That's how you start a movie. That was I was like in.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh crap." And I had watched Beau is Afraid and then turned around and watched this and I'm like, "God, this is so much better."
This had no business being as good as it was.
I was afraid this one was going to suck. But it's not bad. It actually had a worldwide gross of just over 3 million, having been released internationally. Yeah, it's all international in Russia, France, Croatia, Australia, and the Netherlands. was where that one was released. And we got to see it
On Hulu.
We watched it on Hulu. That's right. Well, I watched it on Blu-ray because I bought it. So,
how much did you pay?
It was $14.95.
Oh, that's perfect. That's for this movie. This is $14.95.
This is a $15 movie,
and it's worth the $15.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob, yeah, I'll be sure to check out the replay for the all song. So I'm not a cool cat, according to Rob, but I look more like a caveman than a cat. Unga bunga, yes you do. But we love you, caveman, and totally not what I meant, caveman. You know you're my boy. Yeah, I brought it up, so that got caveman going. But and I know that it just reminds me of my mother-in-law, because my mother-in-law talks to my wife on the phone and she goes, "Tell everybody I love him and tell Dave hi." So that's what I get from my wife's side of the family. So, but dude, this was fun. I enjoyed this. This had
a great mystery.
Yeah, it had elements of Bone Collector for me, with Shailene Woodley being like the beat cop that gets kind of pulled in by the seasoned FBI guy, and of course he gets crap about it. But I thought the acting was pretty good. I thought the script was good. This is a solid movie across the board.
And there's an oh shit moment in there, like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I'd say go watch this movie if you have Hulu.
If you have Hulu, I think this is worth checking out.
And the production value is there. It doesn't look cheap.
No, it looks well made, and I'm glad I bought this. This was a blind buy for me, but I was like, I read the back of the case, and I was like, I think I want to check. What made you
pull that off the shelf? Was it just a cover?
Yeah, it was the cover, because the cover of the movie looks exactly like the poster here, and I was like, huh. And plus, there was nothing out that week.
Yeah.
So there was nothing else I had to get. And I was like, let me check this out. So I grabbed it, read the back, and I'm like, oh, cool. It seems like a serial killer movie or something like that. I'm down for those.
Yeah.
And yeah, this surpassed my expectations.
Me too. I like it when we find these little gems. They're not like super great, but they're very entertaining.
Yep. K-Man says, thanks for the Hulu shout out, because this will be on my watch list.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
I think it is. And Vacation Friends 2 is there too if you're feeling ambitious.
How about you watch that this week and tell us what you think next week in the chat.
You know what? We'd appreciate that, K-Man. Yeah, let us know what you thought of this if you get a chance to watch it. But we got Del.
What's up, Del?
What's up, Del?
How you doing, man? Oh shoot!
I'm guessing you're.
I just dawned on me. I forgot about movie swap.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Just dawned on me when I seen him.
Yep. I always tell Miss Caveman's mom whenever she leaves from a visit, "I'm glad you got to see me." Everybody's saying, "What's up to Del?"
Oh shoot! Sorry, man. I'm looking at something. Okay. Shoot. I panicked for my dates. It's the 12th.
Yeah, the 12th is your movie swap.
Oh, we'll talk later.
Wait, I thought it was the 5th is Mega Mike, right?
Yeah.
And the 12th
is a Tuesday. Yeah.
The 12th is your movie swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do Wednesday.
Yeah, we already talked about this, right?
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
We're doing Wednesday that week. So we're doing the next 2 weeks are going to be Wednesday night. We're back to Wednesdays for 2 more weeks. Yeah. And then we'll play around with that from there. But yeah, because I've got a stream on the 11th.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We did talk about this. Yeah. Happens when you get old. You lose track of time, dates.
Yeah, we do. It's like, what was our name again?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everybody saying, hey, Miss Caveman says, love Ben Mendelsohn.
He's good in this.
Yeah. Saying hey to Del too. But yeah, I liked him in this. I liked his character, and there was a nice little surprise with his backstory that I liked.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
But I liked it. It wasn't forced. It felt natural. It felt organic. It was nice.
Yeah. No, it was just like, oh, and yeah, Shailene was like, oh yeah, I kind of feel like a douche now. But
yeah, because remember she says a line to him at the beginning.
Yeah, it was not forced. I liked how they did it. And yeah, I liked the character development here. I liked the way
I like her backstory too.
I like her backstory too. And I like how they played that out during the movie. So yeah, I dug this film. This was good.
It was. It's a hidden gem.
It is. This is a sleeper. I think this is a good sleeper pick. So let's check out our highlights. And score wise, no 10s, but a lot of 8s going on, and that makes a lot of sense. Rich, you gave 8s to the acting, the ending, the script, and the wild card. I actually gave a 9 to the ending. I gave 8s to the acting, the trailer, the story, script, direction, and wild card. We're both at 6 for the cast. Not a very recognizable cast, but the main guys I recognized.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was solid. I enjoyed this.
If there's one movie you watch this week out of these 5, it's this one.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that.
This is my favorite out of the 5.
This was a great surprise. This is like opening a present, and it's like the last thing you'd expect, but you love it.
Kind of like going on a first date and she offers to give you a hand job. Wasn't expecting it.
But
hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. But free?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Definitely check these out, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and at least with the hand job, your balls won't get that big. So
that is true. Going back to the face, it would all circle of life.
See, it all comes around. It's a vicious circle. All right, let's go to our final scores on To Catch a Killer. Oh, actually, I got some pictures. Can't really see that one very well, but I liked it. That's from the beginning, and then and guys, if you look at this is from the first scene. This is connected to the first scene of the movie. So that'll give me an idea of what the heck's going on.
That opening scene's fantastic.
It is. It's one of the best opening scenes I've seen this year.
I would agree with that.
I gotta say.
I mean,
it had me jazzed. I was so pumped when I got to that first scene. I'm like, dude, this movie's gonna be great.
And it was.
It was solid. All right, let's go to our final scores on To Catch a Killer. Playing on Hulu right now, you guys. IMDb gives us a 6.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 51%. Audience score 64%. Rich, you gave this a 70. I gave it a 75 for a total score of 72.5. And that takes our number 2 spot this week. I'm okay with that score.
Me too. I'm very okay with that.
That's a solid movie.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're getting to our highest scored movie. And let's just get right to it. Yeah. So The Last Voyage of the Demeter is our number 1 movie this week. It's in theaters right now, you guys.
It's actually on digital now too. It just came out.
I think it's on digital now too to buy on Vudu, or definitely on Vudu, but like I don't know if it's available on Prime or anything like that too.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Usually when it hits Vudu, it hits
a bunch of balls on metal stretchers in the opening scene. Great, Caveman. Thanks for bringing that back up too. And speaking of balls, The Last Voyage of the Demeter. So this is one that I was excited about from the start.
Remember you talking about it?
Yeah, I I first saw this trailer. I think it was when Pope's Exorcist came out.
Yeah.
I first saw this trailer, and it just showed the ship go by.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I
Yeah.
was like, and I saw what it was, and I was like, dude, I want to see this movie. It's on. And my wife's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, this is Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you guys are familiar with Bram Stoker's Dracula, the book, not the movie, but the book, there is a captain's log in the book on the ship Demeter. And he talks about how they go across the ocean with cargo and people start dying on the ship. And it's all written in this logbook that's in the movie. That they talk about in the movie. This movie is based on that logbook, not on Bram Stoker's Dracula, but just the logbook from that book. So,
I like the concept of that. I like that they took a chance on that, but there's really no surprise. You know what I mean? There's no, you know how it ends. Going into this from the opening scene, you know how it ends.
no. Rob says, I enjoyed Last Voyage. Not great, but a fun time. Movie Hunter says, I love this movie, hoping we get a sequel. Continuing from the shore. Ooh, I agree with that. Agreed, Rob. Just watched it this afternoon. Better than I expected and what I heard. Dell says, still need to check this one out. Evan says, I want to see this one, but my theater is no longer showing it. I was to say it's starting to drop off. But paying $19.99 to rent, wait for the physical. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say
when it comes to physical, they drop the price to rent on.
Yeah, they definitely, when it comes to physical, they dropped the price to rent down to like $10 or whatever. So definitely check it out. I'm buying it day one. I
won't buy this.
I'm not gonna say I loved this. It wasn't as good as I hoped, but it was better than I expected. And I think they basically took this logbook and they made a 2-hour movie out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some dull moments.
There was very, yeah.
But that being said, because of my love for the book, I was enthralled through the whole movie. I was just like, dude, I'm so in. So I liked it. I will watch it again. I will buy it. I will probably buy it on 4K if it comes out on 4K. But I'm definitely getting the Blu-ray because I'm that big of a fan of Bram Stoker's Dracula. So,
and I like the way they made Dracula in this. I liked that.
And a lot of people didn't.
See, that's the best part of the film for me. I like the way he looked. I think it's because he always looks the same. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, he's always, I mean, aside from, Gary Oldman's Dracula, where his head looks like a butt. It's always, I'm not gonna say clean cut, but he's always charming and all this kind of stuff, handsome, and there's an element to that. And if you stick with this movie until the end, you kind of get a little tidbit of that.
And I liked that. I liked that part of the movie.
Yeah,
like he knew. Like that one guy, I can't want to spoil it. Never mind. We don't want to spoil this movie.
Okay. So, I did get to see Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm glad you liked that.
Had a blast. I'm glad you did, Del. Yeah, definitely give it a watch. K-Man says, I'm not a horror fan. I do enjoy some vampire movies, but definitely not jump scares. But love True Blood, Interview with a Vampire, and Twilight. Yes, I said Twilight.
It's okay, dude.
Yes, it's okay if you like Twilight. All films are subjective, right, Evan?
We still might make fun.
But Caveman, I will tell you this felt speed-wise like Interview with a Vampire.
Oh yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah.
So So I liked it. It's very cerebral. It's very deliberate in what it does, because it's trying to take this logbook and stretch it out into this movie. So, and I agree with your point that there's no surprises. There's no surprises in this movie. And I mean, for me, I was like, I read the book, so I know there's no surprises. I know what happens in the book, and this movie plays exactly like the book. Yeah. But or like the captain's log in the book. But it was, I don't know, it was still great to see it on screen, because in the movie Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder and those guys, there wasn't hardly any mention of that ship.
Yeah.
So it was really good to see that part of it as the focus of the movie. But I agree with the point that I think Movie Hunter made, or Caveman, one of you guys did, and I passed it up. But I love the point that was made that I want a sequel. I want a sequel to this as well, to continue with them being on shore and how that develops. I would love to see that. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, it didn't make any money. This movie flopped.
Yeah, it had a $45 million budget, and it's made just over 15 million.
Yeah, last time I looked was like 12, but at least they made some more.
Yeah, it made a little bit more. I think it's still going to go, but I don't think it's going to break. I don't think it's going to break 20 million. Mm-hmm. I really don't. Maybe 25 at most.
Yeah,
but that's not even close to the budget. So I don't see a sequel happening unless it goes straight to digital.
And then it won't be as good.
And then it won't be as good. The budget won't be as good. The acting won't be as good. Hopefully it'll have the main guy. I thought he was really good.
Yeah. I liked him in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, Corey Hawkins, I believe his name is. But yeah, I thought the cast was good here. I thought the acting was good.
I just
will I be leaving a captain's log from a jump scare from this movie? No, maybe a lieutenant's log, but I don't think a full captain's log will come out. I think the turtle will poke its head out. You'll cut it off. I think.
I agree, Movie Hunter. I agree with that.
That movie, it ran against some huge movies.
Oppenheimer, Barbie,
which I can't believe how Barbie's done really well.
The fact that they're putting it on Max next week, I think that's kind of a stupid move, because it's still making money.
It's still making money. Yeah, I don't know. Clemens was great.
I didn't enjoy this as much as David did. I was bored a lot.
Corey Hawkins, aka Dr. Dre. Yeah. I haven't seen that.
Our movie's fantastic.
I've heard really good things about it.
But yeah, I was bored a lot with this. I mean, I loved it when Dracula was on screen. That's really about it. I probably would never watch this movie again.
No, man, I was in from the jump. I liked it a lot. Our scores still aren't that far apart.
Right. I mean, it's a visually great movie. The cinematography is great. The acting is okay. It's not terrible. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, no, and that's totally cool. That's why we both do this. Sometimes we're totally on the same page. Sometimes we're different. Sometimes we're way different about the movie. But that's the beauty of this being the two of us instead of just one person giving reviews. Well, that's why I don't know, it's cool. But
see, I like that. That shot's a good shot.
That was one of my favorite shots of the movie. Mm-hmm. It's in the trailer, so it's not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He does a fantastic job, and she does a good job too.
She does a good job too. The girl, I thought she was. I thought she was really good in that. But yeah, let's go to our highlights on it. So you don't have any 10s going on, but you do have a couple of 8s. for the plot for the trailer, and for the cinematography you gave 8s, and then you have 7s for acting, ending, story, script, and wild card. I gave a 10 to the plot. This was, like I said, from the trailer, from the jump, I was in. So I had to give full marks to the trailer. The ending I gave a 9, cinematography I gave a 9, and then I gave 8s to the wild card, music, script, and acting. So I thought that was solid. And then we both gave 6s for the cast. I even liked a little bit of the music. Not enough to go too far, but I gave it a 6. You gave it a 5. It's boring if you're the same. Thanks, Caveman. I completely agree with that.
I agree.
I like it when sometimes when we have this on the same wavelength, like with Beau is Afraid. Yeah. We were both like, dude, I hate this movie. But I mean, because we talked to each other at length after we both watched it, and we were like, dude, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, but we still gave it a decent score.
Yeah. Because we appreciate filmmaking.
Yeah. That's the whole point of the Lowdown. You going 9-8? Have you? Oh, Mimi's? Okay. 9-9. My granddaughter said 9-9.
Awesome.
So
glad that she's talking.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
That's amazing.
It's so cool.
It's a blessing. Except
when I'm like, do you want this? And she goes, no. I'm going to make you food. Do you want a corn dog? No. Do you want pizza rolls? No. I'm like, what do you want? She goes, I don't know. Awesome. It's like, okay.
That's awesome.
I like it when people like my movie recommendations, of course. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like it when someone's willing to try something, like Rich did. Rich was willing to try something that I recommended, and I'm willing to try stuff that he recommends, and then we talk about it on the show. Sometimes we're like, dude, that was great.
He still hasn't tried West Side Story yet. I'm still waiting.
I know I'm going to hate that. If you pick it, I'll watch it.
I know.
But I'm just hoping you never pick it.
I'm pulling that trigger as soon as I get the opportunity.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, that's not a Disney movie.
Yeah.
God. Ha. But all right, let's go to our final scores on The Last Voyage of the Demeter. This is still in theaters, some places, but it's also on digital now. As far as recommendations, I recommend probably waiting for it to come out on physical, and then check it out cheaper on digital, or wait till it hits.
It's not worth $20.
One of the streaming services. I will pay $20 for this. I will buy it.
I mean, digital. It's not worth digitally. $20.
It's not worth digitally renting.
Yeah.
But having the physical copy, I think it's worth it for me, as a fan of the book. And I think if you're a fan of Bram Stoker's Dracula, then it's worth it to go through this slow burn of a story. But if you're, or with Rich, there's still certain things that he liked about it, but otherwise he was bored with it, and totally cool. So he won't watch it again, but I definitely will.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's still our number one movie.
This is our number one movie of the week, you guys. Last Voyage of the Demeter. Final scores are: IMDb is giving us a 6.4. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 49%. They don't like horror movies. Audience score 76%. Rich, you gave this a 68, and I gave it a 79 for a total average score of 73.5, taking our number one spot.
Yeah. It's a good score.
Yeah, it's a good score. I think that's solid.
I think so too. I mean, again, another week, like you said last week, no 90s. We haven't came across a movie that's
Movie Understand he'll buy the Steelbook. I have no doubt in my mind that you'll buy the Steelbook.
Did you order all those Disney Plus Steelbooks? We did.
The Man Who Knew Too Little. I'm gonna get WandaVision and Loki. I think that's.
I'm looking at WandaVision because that's the best one out of all those.
I think so too. I like Loki, and I know they're doing a season 2. I'm looking forward to Prey. I know that's a Hulu movie, but
Yeah,
they're doing a
how
4K
about
of
that 4K?
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
What studio did this?
I don't know. Was it Universal? That might be able to tell you where it's going to end up streaming.
Yeah, well, let us know. Come on now. Okay.
Well,
Amblin Entertainment is the official site. I don't know where to check the studio.
who distributed it, I guess. While he's looking up for that, I'm going to tell you next week's movies. For next Wednesday, right? Next Wednesday, we have Gran Turismo, which is still in theaters. We have The Blackening, which is on Blu-ray. Zom 100 Bucket List. It's on Netflix, the zombie movie. We have 2 movie theater movies this week. We got Equalizer 3. And then this movie that David made me watch. I keep trying to get out of it. And it's like, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. On Blu-ray.
Yeah, it is Universal.
I was right. So probably Peacock, maybe.
So yeah, probably Peacock.
Yeah.
So me too. Contemplating joining the club to get the sale.
I see people
price, the rest 60% off. I want non-steelbook editions of the shows. I don't like steelbooks.
They have those out too.
Spicy confirms Universal. All movie cases are subjective.
You know what, Evan? I will agree with you. I used to be a steelbook guy. I don't dabble in steelbooks anymore. I like me a nice little slip.
Speaking of which, I took advantage of the Arrow sale at Barnes & Noble when I was up in Northern California visiting family. So
nice. What'd you get?
I got some classic martial arts movies, and then I got the classic horror movie Ringu.
Oh, nice. Oh, and they put it in a blue case too. I hate that.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
But yeah, I got a couple stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do an unboxing in Town Hall on Friday.
I do always get those in the Saturday mornings when I'm getting ready for work.
And then I got my Kino Lorber order from their sale. So that's going to be fun. I don't know. I might get some new movies this week too, but that'll all be coming Friday after Spirits with Spirits, which is going to air Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. 9
Is that the Iowa one?
This is Cryptids Part 9. So we're going to be discussing the Goat Man of Louisville, Kentucky, Mr. Caveman, just so you know. We're going to be talking about the Pope Lick Monster.
Oof.
Not to be confused with the giant balls.
The giant ball monster.
The giant ball monster. So I'm going to see 3 movies in theaters if I can swing it, which means if my wife says yes. Exactly. I was trying to get my wife to do a double feature on Monday since it's Labor Day coming up. And I think that's going to be a no. Our Disney Plus shows have regular editions.
Yep, they're up a pre-order on Amazon right now. I looked at they went $54.99 on Amazon for WandaVision. And that's gonna go down. It won't stay at 54.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to go down, or I might pre-order it and then watch it go down.
Yeah, I don't need it right away. But to be honest,
I don't know about 54, bro. Yeah, I might wait on that.
I don't need them. I mean, I haven't watched or bought anything Marvel in a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, next week is gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. I like that we have 2 theater movies, man.
Yeah, I like when we get 2 theater movies, and yeah, I've already seen Gran Turismo. I caught that on a mystery movie.
I watched it Sunday night.
Good. So that's going to be fun to talk about. I can't wait for Equalizer 3.
I know. I'm excited for that.
I have another mystery movie coming up on Labor Day, so I don't know what's going on with that. And then, oh yeah, we've got Barbie coming up too.
Yeah, we got Barbie. That's the 13th.
Yeah, we got Barbie coming up, and we got The Nun too. So, yeah, Evan says he saw only Steelbooks. Came in as I know exactly where that is. We used to cruise out to the train trestles. It's near Taylorsville, Kentucky. Yep. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about that Friday night.
And when's your Iowa show?
That's next Saturday.
Okay.
So yeah, next Saturday, which is the 9th.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 9th will be the Iowa show, where we are going to talk about the Independent State Mental Health Institute.
Awesome.
And on Scare Network TV, we're going to talk about the Villisca Murder House, Axe Murder House.
Okay.
So those are our 2 spots that we picked in Iowa.
Awesome.
All right. I think that's about it.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Check us out on Spotify.
Yep. Please do give us a follow on Spotify. Really appreciate it. I think we're at the 20 mark. I think we have 20 followers on Spotify, so it's getting there.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for catching it on the replay. I want to thank you guys for saying it's a great show, like Evan.
Thank you, Evan.
Appreciate it, Evan. And you guys make this show more fun. I mean, we have fun talking about movies anyway, but to have you guys with us, sometimes watching the movies, but coming in with the jokes and just love it.
We appreciate you guys.
Smack that like button around, treat it like a redheaded stepchild. I really appreciate it. Let's not make the balls swell up, but still, it is what it is. But yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here. So,
all right.
So for the 4K Lowdown and Turner Fan 77, this is the Faces for Radio podcast, and we will see you next Wednesday, the 6th, at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. You guys be safe.
Take care.